Hi everybody, I'm Diana Haley and I am back with Uta Hagen's A Challenge for the Actor. Today we're doing chapter 12 through 17. I'm going to divide all of them up into different videos. I'm really far behind on the series and I do apologize for that. I did lose my phone, unfortunately, and so I had to get a new one, but luckily this one has a better camera, so I'm using something hopefully that will make my videos a much better quality and maybe a little bit easier to watch and, you know, things like that. So today we are starting on chapter 12, the second exercise, the fourth side. So for a lot of actors, they know that the fourth side generally means the side of the audience. So the side that I'm looking out to right now, you as my audience, you would be considered my fourth side. So on this side right here, I've got a window. On this side here, I have the other side of my couch. And then, you know, behind me is also the couch and the wall, right? So these are the three sides that you would be able to see potentially if I was on stage and you were sitting there watching me. And then, yeah, you right here would be my fourth wall that I would be engaging with. So normally when you see somebody on stage, they're talking to somebody, their body might be faced out towards here, you know, for projectory purposes. But I'm talking to somebody who's over here. I'm talking to somebody over here. Or I might like turn almost all the way around for a second and be maybe talking to somebody who's across the room over there. But me talking this way and directly to you, it would be what's called breaking the fourth side. So when you do that, that's pretty much what the term is. In this exercise, Uta Hagen talks about being able to break the fourth side by using objects and I don't know, maybe sometimes people, or like an empty chair, or maybe the exit sign or something like that, but not to use something in midair. She says don't use something in midair because then it's kind of almost obvious that you're using midair to look at an object. So for example, if I'm on stage and I'm pretending I'm looking at a car or something like that, I might want to look like at the exit sign just so I can easily or more easily imagine the car. I could say, oh, that, you know, that's a green car and it's a it's a Kia Soul or something, kind of very boxy, something like that. So that would be like, you know, something to consider should you need to break the fourth wall because you don't have a car, you know, on this side of your couch. You know, you're not gonna look that way and see a car, you know, that's ridiculous, you know, and people are gonna like go, okay, like, you know, we're supposed to use our imaginations, you know, and you don't want their thought, you know, going somewhere else while you're trying to portray a story. So portray a story while you are trying to develop a story and show them the story. That's what I meant to say. That was weird. Okay. I do remember a performance that I was in where we were encouraged and required to break the fourth wall throughout the entire show pretty much. And it was very difficult to do at first, but after a while, you know, you just get comfortable with it because you're constantly practicing with it. And so if you can't do that, if you're not in a performance that's like that, Uta Hagen suggests that you use a phone conversation. So because I'm using my phone, I'm going to use my remote as my phone. This is going to be the iPhone 18, y'all. It's going to be this long and it's going to be big. Oh, and kind of slim, kind of like the Razor. They're going to try to bring old back as a new, whatever. Anyway, so I use my phone and I'm going to look out. And so I'm pretending I'm breaking a fourth wall here and I see an audience in front of me. But right now I'm looking at one of my cookbooks. And so like while I'm on the phone, I'm looking directly at an object that I can actually see. I'm not using midair. And I'm talking to whoever it is that I'm talking to, but I'm looking at something kind of random. If you ever notice when you're on the phone, you might like look down here or look up here or something like that. Notice my eyes are very still because you know, you just kind of realize like while you're on the phone that you're just kind of staring at an object. Right now I'm looking at the top of my TV where like the little signal thing is, you know, and I'm just looking at that while I'm talking to you and blah, 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 whatever, right? So when you're on the phone, you want your eyes to kind of land somewhere and maybe break the fourth wall. So just so that the audience feels a little bit more engaged. I feel like that's kind of like an unwritten part in her chapter here. Very, very useful. I was really happy that I had read this chapter before I went on this other audition that I went to where I was on the phone and I allowed my eyes to just land. I think I was, I can't remember what the audition was for exactly, but like I was looking at like the wire that was on the studio light or something like that. And I was just looking right at the wire and I was like, where are you? You know, like, and, you know, and I just allowed my eyes to just land there and to stay still, because instead of your eyes moving around everywhere, almost making it look like you're looking for something, you know, if you can discipline your eyes and, you know, you can exercise your eyes that way, then the audience becomes more aware of the story rather than trying to find almost what you're looking at, because then it looks like you're motivated to do something else. So that's kind of like all the reasoning for that. It's great for film too. Film, you want to keep almost as little eye movement as possible. Let your eyebrows do the talking and maybe your cheeks and like the movement of your chin. You know, you want to, especially for like single cams and things like that, you want to keep things kind of still for the most part, because every little tiny itty bitty piece that your face makes, especially your eyes, because your eyes have like a million places they could really move, you know, it makes it just easier for the audience to capture the story than capture like what is your face doing, you know what I mean? Like good example is The Office. Everybody loves The Office, right? So you know, you'll notice like there's like this awkward tension will be in the room or something, and you know, they're like self-aware that the camera is there, so that's like them breaking the fourth wall, but with film, which is just brilliant, and it has a great comedic effect to it. So like people will be looking this way and like they'll be really disturbed by something that has just been said by Michael Scott, and then they'll go like this. And then they'll just like the one eye movement. It's just one movement. It's a swift movement, but it's one, but everything else is still. Everything else is completely still. So it does take a little bit of discipline, but anyway, so just in conclusion, Uta Hagen, she asks that we use the phone exercise as part of breaking the fourth wall, so that, you know, everyone's a little bit more connected and a little bit more involved and things like that. So I'm going to start chapter 13. Okay, bye guys.